Dead? Ring Arthur Sodgen of Prestatyn, the fastest funeral service in North Wales. We will get the deceased out of the house and down the chute within the hour. Free wine glasses with every certified stiff.
Stop drooling over this handsome page and start reading Fangoria.
I think two heads should roll down a staircase at the same time. I think, you know, if you can get lots of heads bouncing down the stairs real fast and everything, that people like that a lot.
Can you see that guy's face after I kicked him in the balls?
Absolutely classic.
Rock and shock, rock and roll, guaranteed to shake your soul. Well, rock and shock, rock and roll, rock and shock, rock and roll, rock and shock, rock and roll, guaranteed to shake your soul.
Go to hell, you son of a bitch!
This is hell!
Rue Morgue Radio.
Lair of the Minotaur.
We ride tonight. We ride for hammer. We ride to kill. We ride for us, that's hell. If you heard the battle we saw, flavors rain, the we got sun. We now remorse. The mind immortalized. The violent winds. They're calling again. We ride the night. We ride the night. We ride the night. We ride. We ride tonight. We ride to fuck you up. We ride to kill. We are insatiable. Broken bones, weltering blood. Disguised idols of a covered in gold. We blast the maze. We wrap the screw away. The side of the skull. The flags are raised. The violent winds. They call us again. We ride the night. 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 We ride.
Do you believe in the boogeyman? Rue Morgue Radio. The world's original all-horror broadcast.
All you need to know about goblins, ghoulies, and things that go bump in the night.
Look out!
Look out! Hey, fiends! Welcome to the show. Welcome to Rue Morgue Radio, the Weird Wide West's best damn horror broadcast. That's me, your host, the ghost with the most, the man with the two-headed brain, Tomb Dragomir.
You see, in the normal mind, these personalities are integrated. However, in the freakish, unnormal mind, these personalities splinter, forming separate and distinct people, living within a single brain, like this one.
This week on the broadcast.
They were 9 hours a day on their hands and knees almost, and this guy, Dr. Heiter, Dieter Laser, was walking around them, treating them badly in some scenes. So sometimes the girls actually are crying.
Director of the Human Centipede, Tom Six, joins us. Yeah. But wait, there's more. The Blood Spattered guys got Bobby from Calabrese.
The greatest power punk band on the planet, Calabrese!
And the Caustic Critics are taking on a dream diddler as they go head-to-head with Michael Bay of Pigs' Nightmare on Elm Street.
You have nothing to worry about. This won't hurt one little bit.
Terror tunage en route this week from Dead United, Everly Brothers, a little Steve Jablonsky, some 912 Independence, plus tons more fun to come on your home for horror, rock and roll, Rue Morgue.
They're trying to screw with our brains, so what are we gonna do about it?
Brains. Here's the Eagles of Death Metal, Chase the Devil on Rue Morgue. Let's go.
Ready to roll, you know, feel pretty good. I got a feeling on Saturday night. I'm gonna chase the devil, oh yeah, I'm gonna chase the devil tonight. I'm gonna feel it and I feel real good. I got a feeling on Saturday night. I'm gonna chase the devil, yeah, I'm gonna chase the devil tonight. Get down. Gonna chase the devil tonight, chase the devil tonight. Chase the devil tonight, oh, chase the devil tonight. Chase the devil tonight, oh, chase the devil tonight. Gonna chase the devil tonight, chase the devil tonight. Ready to roll, you see a devil on a post. Yeah, he's looking for a woman, looking something to roll. Rather than a woman to know, but the loud well is ready to roll. I'm feeling real cool. Said I feel pretty cool on Saturday night. I'm gonna proud for a woman. You can help me chase the devil, oh yes, I'm gonna chase the devil tonight. Put your ass on the street, gonna dance with your feet. Chase the devil tonight, chase the devil tonight. Chase the devil tonight, oh chase the devil tonight. Chase the devil tonight, chase the devil tonight. Chase the devil tonight.
Let's take some calls on Rue Morgue Radio. Go ahead, caller.
Yes. Hello? Am I on the air?
Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, well, I just wanted to say that I love your show, and I think the scariest monster of all is the dust bunny under my dresser, because every time I see it, I think it's a rat, and then I scream really loud, and I try to hit it.
Even if it's a lint ball, you shouldn't hit rats. You don't want PETA on your ass.
PETA, the organization.
What organization?
PETA.
What?
PETA is an acronym, PETA.
No, I'm not. I'm Catholic.
Are we really doing this?
Go ahead, next caller.
I wanna buy some radio ad time.
Connecting you to Jody, next caller.
Yes, hello? Yes, I'd like to report what I think is certainly the scariest monster I've ever seen, and it was in my backyard this morning.
Whoa, what do you think it was?
Well, it was tall and stood up like a man, but it had hair all over its body and sharp, sharp teeth.
Don't worry, that's just feedback. He does that. Next caller.
Me being Marilyn Manson, rock star, etc. You wanna fight? You wanna fight? You wanna fight? You wanna fight?
Okay, time for one more call. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, am I on the air? Near your building. There's been some kind of attack. During the game, I think. People are going crazy out here.
It's time to face the truth. The Great Maker has put his wrath down upon us for not looking at his domain. The plague of the age is upon us. The end is near.
Midnight Syndicate.
I'm Udo Kier. I'm sitting here at the convention, and you are listening to Rue Morgue Radio Station.
You have a really lovely home. Do you live here with your wife?
No. I don't like human beings.
Just stop the f***ing spitting.
Alright, so first of all, what is the state of the Church of Satan? I was going to ask you about Wes Craven, and now I'm ashamed to.
Les Messman style.
Possibly the Antichrist. Like a zombie character on Sesame Street. All of a sudden it seems so irrelevant. Continue.
I speak nothing but the fucking English language. And if that's infamous, then
tough titters.
Alright, this is feedback back from the front lines of surviving the Nightmare on Elm Street atrocity. I'm a little battle-scarred, a little shell-shocked, but revitalised in my mission to bring to you, in these interview segments, the fiends who are actually doing something useful with the horror genre. Forget Michael Bay and Platinum Dunes. You really want a new nightmare? Then allow me to present to you Tom Six, director of The Human Centipede, one of the absolute must-see films of the year, out now in a limited theatrical run and on video on demand, courtesy of IFC Entertainment. It's quite difficult to give even a brief synopsis of this film without revealing what is essentially a spoiler. So how do you describe the plot of this to people who haven't seen it?
Well, I begin always with two American girls who are on a road trip in Europe, and they end up with a broken car in the woods in Germany, and they look for help, and they find this mansion in an isolated forest, and there lives this retired surgeon who used to separate Siamese twins, who is retired and wants to create something. He did an experiment on his three dogs, by sewing them together.
I transformed my 3 Rottweilers into a beautiful 3-hound construction.
Then he starts with the human beings, To say it very simple.
Okay. And what inspired the idea of that?
Yeah, well, I always told friends when we were watching television or something, when we saw a child molester or something on television, I always said they should stitch his mouth to the ass of a fat truck driver. Be a good punishment for him. And everybody found that so gross and horrible. And I thought that the reaction of people is so cool, and I thought that would make a great base for a horror film. So that started all. Just some sick joke I always made.
Are you having a laugh?
Yeah. That's really when I wrote the script. I really wanted the idea to happen because I knew the audience would think, "Hey, you're never going to show that. That's never going to happen." Or you build the tension, but I really wanted the human centipede construction to be seen on the film. So that's why this guy is so motivated to do it. And yeah, the three victims in the story are really victims. They're like part of the sick experiment. But that's what drew me as well.
2 pedicellulose grafts are prepared and lifted from the underlying tissue. V-shaped incisions below the chins of B and C up to their cheeks, connecting the circular mucosa and skin parts of anus and mouth from A to B and B to C, creating a Siamese triplet connected via the gastric system.
Why is he so obsessed with this idea? Is there any kind of rationale for why he wants to do this?
Yeah, definitely. I created this film, Human Centipede Construction, with a real-life surgeon, and I'm really fascinated by medical science and stuff. And a doctor told me that in modern society, doctors can only do their thing within limits and within laws and stuff. So I can imagine if you in this story you used to separate Siamese twins in your daily job. When you retire, you have nothing on hands, but you still have this enormous intelligence and this passion to operate and to do things.
One of the funny taglines of the film is that it claims to be 100% medically accurate.
Yeah, it is. It's really 100% medically accurate because the surgeon really wrote a medical report from A to Z, from actually how you could operate this operation and keep people alive. So he said I could do this operation. And that's fascinating.
Let's talk about the cast, beginning with the maniacal Dr. Heiter.
Dr. Heiter.
Yeah, Heiter. He's played marvelously by a very creepy actor named Liisa Ladouceur.
I'm Dr. Joseph Heiter. Retired but still very well known as the leading surgeon in separating Siamese twins.
He's a genius. I saw a couple of films from him, and I loved his face, his darkness, and he was that character. He really was Dr. Heiter when he was sitting in Berlin in his chair. He was that guy for me. He has an amazing charisma. And on set, everybody was a little afraid of him.
Now, for the two American girls, obviously having their faces essentially buried in somebody else's behind is going to pose a number of challenges, both obvious and not so obvious. So could you talk about perhaps some of the not so obvious challenges of making a movie under those circumstances?
Yeah, I shot the film in chronological order. So during the half of the film, they're on their hands and knees. So in the first half of the film, they were very happy and doing their thing. But I always knew there comes a day that I have to sit on my hands and knees for the rest of the time.
One of my Rottweilers also tried to escape. Just before the operation, after I caught the dog, he had to take the middle position. In this position, the healing pains are twice as intense. Do you already regret your little escape? In fact, I'm thankful for it. Because now, I know definitely, you are the middle piece.
Just kill me now. I'd rather be dead.
Game over.
They had to sit there for we shot 9 hours a day or something. And they were 9 hours a day on their hands and knees almost. And this guy, Dr. Heiter, Dieter Laser, was walking around him, treating him badly in some scenes. So sometimes the girls actually are crying because of the kind of the stress and the emotion, because it's very vulnerable to sit there with your bare breasts and almost half naked in front of this big crew.
Yeah! Feed her! Feed her! Hard! Swallow it, bitch! Swallow up! Feed her! Feed her! Hard!
And of course, all the actors made jokes. They had to wash properly before going to the shoot and not fart and stuff. And there was a lot of fun on the set as well, of course, with that. It takes, I think, a brave actor to do this, I think.
Absolutely. For more information about the Human Centipede, go to the website at www.ifcfilms.com.
Attention! Was ist denn, Rat? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Cinema! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rue Morgue Radio, radio. Let's go. Rue Morgue Radio, radio. Let's go. Rue Morgue Radio, radio. Let's go.
What do you think of my powers now? Ring the day and feel surprise. Only you never felt so nice. It's just loud, cuts like a knife. Two wrongs can never ever feel so right. Oh, baby, baby. Scream out through the night. Come with me to the silver screen. Come on, scream with me. Chill out and watch them bleed. Come on, scream with me. Nothing's ever like it seems. Come on, scream with me. Oh, baby, this is some black dream. Come on, step, I'm begging for you. Squeeze you till you're cold and blue. It's about turn down to oh baby, baby, what you gonna do? I checked into the Babes Hotel, better fill that motel. So much more crime start to swell. Let's take a stroll by the gates of hell. Oh baby, baby, life on a hotel. Come with me to the silver screen. Come on, scream with me. Chill out and watch them bleed. Come on, scream with me. Nothing's ever like it seems. Come on, scream with me. Oh baby, this is some black dream.
It's the Independents with another one of Rue Morgue Radio's Hymns from the House of Horror. Yes, get the coolest free sampler now at rue-morgue.com or ruemorgueradio.com. It's simple, it's free, it's easy. Download away, fiends, download away.
You said load and down.
Alright, let's see what's going on in the world of horror with the sneeze queen, Sneezy that makes Sneezerson, Shannon.
Wanna fight?
Hey Shannon, what's happening?
Have you seen what the latest craze in Japan is? They're skirts that look like you can see right through them, so you can see the girl's underwear. Yeah, do you know what Perv Toon wants? He wants pants like that are see-through in the front. Don't think it's gonna happen for him.
You like your panties?
It's a joke, Jay. You know, it's all...
That's not a joke! That is a severe behavioral disorder. Those are women's underpants. I mean, the next thing you know, you'll be wearing a bra on your head.
Hey everyone, I'm Shannon, and I've got what's happening horror-wise from around the world. Well, it's not horror, but a new 700-seat movie theater is opening in downtown Toronto on May 14th, and the opening night feature is a free double bill of Clue and Big Trouble in Little China. It'll be in the basement of 186 Spadina Avenue. The Underground is a massive theater that's been abandoned for a decade and a half. Admission to both films, again, is free on a first-come, first-served basis, and regular programming at the Underground is set to commence May 28th. If you're a vendor and you'd like to get a table at one of the largest conventions this summer, you've got 2 weeks left. RockCon is July 30th to August 1st at the Meadowlands Sheridan in Connecticut. Horror guests will include PJ Souls from Halloween and a Phantom of Paradise reunion with William Finley and Garrett Graham. If you want to get in on this, go to nationalrockcon.com. And the scariest band in the world and the bloodiest band in the world team up for 2 nights of terror. See Psychocharger and Deadbolt Sunday, May 9th at Bowery Electric Club in New York City and Monday, May 10th at Kung Fu Necktie in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You can get ticket prices and showtimes at psychocharger.com. And if you know of something that's happening horror-wise you want the whole world to know about, send me an email, Shannon at ruemorgueradio.com.
Thanks, Shannon. Twitter me this, Batman. Yeah, if you've got a cool horror band and you want your music on the show, you can tweet me at ToomDragomir or email toom@ruemorgueradio.com. Send me an MP3. It's fun, it's easy, it's free. I want to check it out. Here's one of those. Listener submitted a band called 912 from American Zombie. It's time to cut your throat on Rue Morgue Radio.
Why here? That was no good. Nothing changes. Nothing. Because I've hurt you. I can't help myself. God damn you, you filthy son of bitches! God damn you!
Make a love
Hi, this is Bill Moseley. And this is Chop Top. And you're listening to Rue Morgue Radio. Dog will hunt.
Well, here's how we're going to play this game. I'm going to start singing a little ditty, and when I'm done, I'm coming. So if I was you, I'd gain some ground. And hey, no more guns. No bullets anyway.
The night is my domain.
Hello, I'm Liisa Ladouceur, your Blood Spattered guide to music on Rue Morgue Radio. And this week we have one of our very favorite bands on the program from Arizona, USA, Calabrese. Their third album is out now. It's called They Call Us Death, and it is filled with more of their horror-themed surf punk, metal, rock and roll. So I called over to guitar-playing, song-singing Bobby Calabrese to find out more. Thank you for joining us this week on Rue Morgue Radio. Where are you calling from today?
I'm calling from Phoenix, Arizona.
I hear bad things can happen to people down there. That's what happens in the movies anyway.
Yeah, it's the whole desert wasteland.
Calabrese is a good time party band. Are you angry?
I like to channel the angry spirits on stage. So it's like kind of, Andrew WK meets Glenn Danzig.
The first thing I thought when I heard this record, wow, it's really heavier. Was it intentionally heavier, or is it just a different kind of production?
Yeah, well, I mean, we really we liked the way the last record sounded, so we went in thinking, hey, let's make it sound like the last one, but, a little bit better, obviously. And it somehow turned out 100% different, and I don't know how that happened, but I think we were just angrier and, we're lifting too much weights. No, we don't really do that. But, yeah, I don't know, it just came out a lot heavier and crazier, but I think it sounds pretty good.
When the devil calls, you will hear your name and know that you are just like one of us. You can't deny your desire. Whoa, whoa, the twilight, it's killing me. Whoa, whoa, my body.
There's a track on your new record called Near Twilight. Is that an in-joke?
When we first wrote it, all that stuff, all that Twilight movies and all that sparkle on my face vampires, we didn't even know, that didn't exist. And then we were kind of like, should we keep it? Should we not keep it? After the movie came out or whatever, but we were like, yeah, let's just keep it, because we would have to change a lot of stuff. So we're lazy. All right, there I said it. I said it.
I love these lazy Saturdays.
It's Wednesday, Homer.
Work!
But you've been on the vampire tip for years. You had a whole record called Traveling Vampire Show.
They should have hired me to be the lead in Twilight. I don't know. I don't understand how that didn't happen, but...
Well, you didn't wear the sparkly glitter gel to the audition, that's why.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It wasn't sparkly enough.
Yeah. If you're going to be sucking somebody's blood, I think you get a pokey poke.
Calabrese is in a horror movie. Tell us how you ended up in the graves and what your role as the band is in the picture.
In every movie they have the band in the background in like the club scene or the goth nightclub. You get the band in the background. Well, this time it's the rock and roll band, and that band is us, and it is the greatest 4 seconds of on-screen time you'll ever see. It pretty much makes the movie. I'm not saying that. I don't want to put that on record, but it's probably the best part.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the greatest horror punk band on the planet, Calabrese!
Did they ask you to have a guest, a hulky saxophone player like the Lost Boys or anything like that?
Oh, no, yeah, well, I volunteered to do that, but, yeah, the hulky part, I didn't get down. It was more, kind of rail thin is what it was, and they didn't like that, so...
Maybe next time.
Yeah, I'm pumping iron, don't worry. And I'm pouring cocoa butter all over me to get the glistening effect.
Now that's a little bit scary. Were they afraid of you? Did they keep you separate from the cast and crew, or did you get to mingle with like Bill Moseley and like the nubile teen actresses?
I'd rather hang around the nubile teen actresses than Bill Moseley, but
I prefer to get up close and personal with the ladies. Oh, I got your attention. Exacto.
Looking at all of the Calabrese stuff online, your poster art is outstanding. It's colorful and fun and creepy and kooky, and your album art and all of your merch. It's a very comic book sensibility to it. How important to you is art in what Calabrese is all about?
Yeah, it's like super important to us because, growing up, we were all influenced by obviously comic books and cool visuals, and all our favorite bands had just great T-shirt art, great CD art, and it seems like nowadays, you don't even need a CD art to even put out your stuff, and it's kind of a letdown when you pick up CD or a band doesn't have really cool T-shirts. And you're like, So we try to keep the cool old school vibe of like White Zombie and Electric Frankenstein and Samhain, just really cool imagery, and we like to say, even if you think the music sucks, at least you might think there's a cool T-shirt.
Oh, come on now. We do like your T-shirts, but we also like your records. You can find They Call Us Death on iTunes and other online stores, or you can order it directly from the band and they'll hook you up with posters and pins and other merch treats. Right now, here is a selection from that album from Rue Morgue Radio. This is Calabrese and Violet Hellfire.
Humans are farmed for blood.
What happens when there isn't a drop left?
Now,
Hang on!
hell breaks loose. Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, Daybreakers. Fly it May 11th.
George Allen onto George Lake's Spicy Chicken. It's the Caustic Critics coming up. The Nightmare remake reviewed. Stay tuned. First, a little slice from the score. Steve Jablonsky. Main titles on Rue Morgue.
For God's sakes, don't fall asleep. The next thing you know, you could be on a jet bound for Daytona with the Beastie Boys. Even that scares me.
You know, from Nightmare on Elm Street.
And you're listening to Rue Morgue Radio.
Get out of here, Robert, you stupid wimp.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again.
Come on. Come on. We have time.
3, 2, 1. Ready or not, here I come.
The Caustic Critics.
Controversial,
unrelenting, it's brutal, it's nasty,
sensational.
The worst of the worst. Offend everyone equally.
Bolding.
They're real.
The stuffed shit scrapes off the bottom of its shoes.
They're mean.
So what was the actor's name? Oh God, what a plank he is.
They're here.
Are you ready? It's time for the Caustic Critics. They're here.
Alright, this is feedback.
And this is Last Chance Lance.
This week, lamentably, we're here to discuss the latest travesty from Michael Bay's Platinum Dunes company, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, hold on. I just looked up lamentably in the dictionary, and that means you don't want to talk about this.
In a way, I don't want to talk about it because they're not really worth talking about.
They're
such a disgrace. Hang on a second.
Oh, I like this movie.
Are you fucking crazy?
I can't tell what's real anymore. Is there anybody else out there that this is happening to?
Every time that I dream, there's always this man.
That's his mark, isn't it? Freddy.
Oh my God, you've seen him too.
I thought out of all the remakes that have come out, like My Bloody Valentine, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th.
Okay, that just throws the whole review off. Because if we were in agreement that we hated it. We could get into some of the larger issues, but now we're in trying to figure out what it was that you liked about it.
You know what? This movie is not the enemy, my friend. The enemy is the fact that you're nostalgia for the original.
Lance is being purely sarcastic and quoting a certain famous editor-in-chief of another horror magazine when he says that. But the truth is, honest to God, what did you like about it?
I liked that this was dark and creepy.
You're it. Your girlfriend's here. I'll be right back.
The original movie kicked ass. It was only when it started to get into the sequels that the Freddy character...
The sequels.
I know, but I think that's
let's
important.
Compare this to the original.
I don't want to have to say what the plot synopsis is, because most people do know what it's about.
I saw it in one of my dreams. It's a story about a guy who's betrayed by a town, and he gets his revenge by taking all their children.
Slight deviation.
A slight deviation, but again, the more believable deviation that this guy was a pedophile rather than a child killer who got away based on a technicality. So right off the bat, I like that. Right off the bat, I also like the fact that as the movie is playing, you don't know whether or not the Freddy character was innocent or not. It kind of plays off of that.
Kruger! Come on out, you sick bastard! You open this door, Kruger! What do you think I did? I didn't do anything!
I liked the makeup, the special effects. I liked the movie a lot.
First of all, I just want to say for the record, I wasn't opposed to the idea of the remake. Okay, fair enough. Let's get that out.
See, I was opposed to it because I believe that some things should be...
It's inevitable, and the trailer kind of got me a little bit excited.
Yeah,
and I wasn't buying into this, even worried about Jackie Earle Haley and blah, 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 blah. For the record, there's nothing wrong with Jackie Earle Haley. But let's objectively look at what they did with this film. Basically, they lifted the plot and the story and the concept from another movie.
That's what a remake is.
All the set pieces are pretty much lifted and cribbed from the other movie.
That is a remake as well.
Where was there any imagination in this film, Lance? Where was there a single shred of imagination? Where did these filmmakers delve into their own dark imaginings and bring forth something terrorizing from their own creative subconscious for us to sort of collectively engage with? Zero. They did nothing.
But you're saying that has to be done.
Why can't it be?
Well,
you're dealing with a concept that is endless in its possibilities. It's a killer that gets you in your dreams. The original concept that Craven came up with is phenomenal. I think it's wonderfully imaginative. The fact that these guys couldn't even put in any creative effort to imaginatively even rethink the dreamscape scenarios is criminal. They are inept, they are unimaginative. There's only two possibilities as far as I can see. A, they thought they were doing a good job. If that's the case, they're fucking delusional and untalented. Or B, they didn't give a shit. And if that's the case, then they're fucking arseholes.
Fuck you. Ooh, sounds like fun.
This is an older movie that a whole generation has never seen before. That is worth retelling and worth reintroducing.
So basically what you're saying by that argument is that if you did see the original film, don't go to see this. It's not for you, which is the case.
Well,
it's for the 18 to 25-year-olds who are totally oblivious. They know who Freddy is.
Everybody knows who Freddy is. And you know something?
They may not know the original. So fair enough. So this isn't for... If you're 25 and over, don't see this movie. And if you are 25 and under and you're listening and you don't know the original, let me tell you that we benefited from the fact we could go to the cinema and see the creative contributions to the horror genre from truly imaginative artists.
Yes.
I feel sorry for this current generation who have to go and see recycled ideas without any inspiration behind them whatsoever. And these guys, as far as I'm concerned, are collectively destroying the horror genre with this mentality. It's getting increasingly more difficult to see anything original in American horror in the cinema.
Sure.
There's guys, I was talking about this with a filmmaker, there's guys in Hollywood who would like to, but they're up against a system that is kowtowing to this fucking Platinum Dunes mentality. Our nostalgia for Wes Craven's originality, our nostalgia for Wes Craven's innovation is not the enemy here. These criminals of the imagination is what's ruining American horror films, and that's the only reason I even wanted to review this week is because this is a pile of shit and we've got to stop making excuses for it.
I feel like such a crook.
Don't worry. Gets easier every week.
I'm not making an excuse. I'm glad that there's a new generation of people out there who may not think highly of going back and digging up a gem from 25 years ago, but will go out and see this movie and will start to follow Freddy Krueger because it's rife for sequels.
Ironically, even though this is a movie about a guy who gets you in your dreams, and I'm not joking when I say this, I legitimately tried to fall asleep in midway through, and I'm being totally honest when I say that.
I told you if you keep falling asleep, they're gonna kick you out of here.
Sorry.
I liked it.
Until next time, this is Feedback.
And this is Last Chance Penis.
Damn you, we almost got through an entire review without you talking about your dick, you fiend.
Dream, 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 dream. Dream, dream, dream when I want you. In my arms when I want you. And all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. Dream, dream, dream when I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, dream, dream.
Well, that sure was a fun show this week, fiends, wasn't it? Thanks for tuning in and dropping dead with us at Rue Morgue Radio. But it's time to go. Yeah, we're out of time like last year's green slime. Don't worry, we're back next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Oh, I got a live one here.
Find us online at RueMorgueRadio.com. Thanks for listening, fiends. Time for one more song. Yes, tune. One more song. Here's the Dead United. We are the Fiends. Until we meet again, my friend. Adios.
We are the broken hearts. We are the boneyard. We are in danger and in pain. We are the heart-shaped box. We are the Jablonsky. We know that everything's in vain. We are the brain dead. We are Shannon and bread. We are crawling on the planet's face. We are leprechaun. We are mentally torn. We give you everything you need. We are the fiends. We are pinhead, we are chained and fred. We are the nails into the flesh. We are the downfall, we are the devil's call. We know the mind of Mr. Mesh. We are Leatherface, we are the jam space. We are Norman Bates on speed. We are Silent Hill, we are the blood and kill. We'll give you everything you need. We are the fiends. We are the fiends. We are the fiends. technical. We are the second part of the sea. We are the breakfast club that used to fill your cup. We give you everything you need. We are the fiends. We are the fiends. We are the fiends. We are the fiends. We are checking those. We are the overdose. We are the freezing in the sea. We are the basket case. We are the hemispheres. We are drinking special tea. We are the demon night. We saw the other side. We are the one who likes to feed. We are the open gate. We are the horror fate. We give you everything you need. We are the fiends. We are the fiends. We are the fiends. We are the fiends. We are the broken hearts. We are the boneyard. We are in danger and pain. We are the heart-shaped box. We are the Jablonsky. We know that everything's in vain. We are the brain dead. We are Shannon and bread. We are crawling on the planet's face. We are leprechaun. We are mentally torn. We give you everything you need. We are the fiends.
It's a joke, Jay. You know, it's all.
That's not a joke. That is a severe behavioral disorder. Those are women's underpants. I mean, the next thing you know, you'll be wearing a bra on your head.
Damn right.
You are the middle piece.